Hi, and welcome to today, the 26th of April. It's um, it's a full moon somewhere in the world. Could be here. If it's not here today, it's here tomorrow, and that's a full moon in Scorpio. Wahoo! And the end of April is upon us. Of that, I am very glad. So I hope everyone is well. I hope you're as well as you could possibly be. It's a sunny day here in Ireland, and we're thrilled. I'm thrilled. So without further, I'm going to just bring this up and around slowly, and slowly, and a little slowly, even more slowly. Oh, slow, 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 and hello. How are you? Hi. Good to see you. Good to be seen. Today we're going to take a look at the solar plexus, the right and the left side of the solar plexus. Now I'm going to just move this slowly back into position, and with luck and with a lot of light, we're going to just put this right down here like this, comme ça, et voilà, ici. And now let us begin. Kula bula. All right, so we would like to first of all begin by, as usual, let's ground ourselves, shall we? Good. Get yourself into a nice, easy position, whatever it be for you. Lying down, sitting up, however you find yourself taking this. You can do it walking. What we'd like to do is we'd like to put our focus at breathing through our feet, breathing through our root, and breathing right into the ground through the, what do you call it? Don't tell me. Through the core of the earth. So, through the core of the earth, let's just give you an idea of what that's going to look like. You're going to breathe now. Breathe down through the core of the earth. Breathe, breathe down. Exhale. What we always want to do here is we want to exhale the discharge of the energy. Bring it now through the core of the earth into the atmosphere, through the atmosphere, into the galaxy, into our Milky Way. Just bring that down and imagine it. Get yourself to that place. Imagine that you are now at the other side of the earth. Imagine that you are in the Milky Way. And imagine now that the stardust has the availability to be breathed in through your light from your core, from your feet, from your root chakra. And you're going to bring the energy of the starlight up through your body, up through the system, up, and then voila, out the top of the head. Now, let's open up the top of the head so that you can bring this energy up towards the sun and go up as far and as high as you can. And you want to be able now to inhale the sunlight while you are at the same time inhaling the starlight from your feet. So inhale and exhale. And inhale the sunlight and the starlight. And exhale the discharge. One more time with feeling. Inhale the starlight. Inhale the sunlight. And exhale the discharge. Please, throughout this entire tuning, make sure that you do your very living best to keep exhaling. Exhaling through it all. Remember that what we want to be doing is we want to be increasing our electricity, our voltage in our body, because that is the thing that's going to keep us happy and healthy. That's going to give us vitality. Electricity. Very, very good. Now we're going to start again with the right side of the body. The right side of the body, is over here. It's your left, my right, take it from me. It's your right. Okay, and that, of course, is the masculine side of the body. Once again, the masculine side relates to the opposite side of the brain, of the hemisphere of the brain. So the right hand side relates to the left hand side of the brain, which is the analytical side. We're going to take a look now at the solar plexus. The solar plexus has to do with looking at everything anatomically in that region, which would include our liver, our gallbladder, our kidney, and our adrenal glands. As we know, our adrenal glands is all about fight or flight, and goodness knows we've had much of that. So it would be fitting, it would be unsurprising, shall we say, that our adrenal glands are dampened or are out of whack. So what we want to do is when we're listening to the tone of the fork, we want to be able to feel the rhythm of the tone and to recognize that what our body does is it will observe the lack of rhythm in its own self and will auto-correct. So we introduce a coherent tone, a coherent rhythm, and the body corrects herself. All right, so here we go. Okay, I'm going to just stay a little bit outside of the page. I'm going to just bring the tuning fork in. I'm going to just stay here for a second. Please exhale. Much. Oh, yeah. So what we're looking at when we're looking at this particular side of the body and at this particular area of the solar plexus is we're looking at anger. And as we know, or as most of us know from our studies with Chinese medicine, we will hold our anger. Our anger is placed in our liver. And what we want to be able to do is to do a couple of things here. We also want to be able to reset our adrenal gland over on this side. So we're going to just listen to this tone of the fork. Ooh, that's nicer. This area of anger has oftentimes to do with our relationship with our Father. And of course our relationship with everybody, but ooh, la. We're going to sit here for a second and enable ourselves to reset, enable ourselves to just exhale. So the thing about our anger is that we have the tendency of dampening down our anger with sugar. And we can do that with alcohol, we can do that with sweets. But ultimately, we're not doing ourselves any favor. So what we would like to be able to do instead is give ourselves permission to find a way upon which to express our anger. And we can do that a variety of ways, but if you don't mind, you can repeat it after me. I give myself permission to express my anger. I give myself permission to find a way to express my anger. I give myself permission to find a way to express my anger. I know that my anger is not something I want to wash away. I want to be rid of, because, as it has been said, anger is a propellant. Anger is the thing that allows us to jump into, you know, to jump in aid for people, to perhaps stand up, to be counted. Perhaps it allows you to run for public office. Perhaps it allows you to correct a sociological wrong. And it allows you to tell your truth. Where anger becomes a big problemo is when we are unable to suppress it, when perhaps we're being gaslit, when perhaps we are our self-esteem is such that we have convinced ourselves that it doesn't matter what we are thinking, when we are afraid to speak our truth. That's so much better. Bravo. We'll leave it there. Bravo. So we have the liver there, the gallbladder, the kidney, the adrenal. We have our relationship with Father, with the patriarch. We have a relationship that is given to us not only on our immediate lifetime, but is also perhaps a generational impact. When we have the ability to work from our solar plexus and to be fluid within our solar plexus, we have the ability to complete projects. Eileen McCusack writes about this, and she calls it the 80% syndrome, wherein we are only able to almost finish something, but not quite. However, the sunlight, the solar plexus, gives us strength, and it gives us fortitude, and it gives us an inner sun. And that inner sun enables us to complete what we need to complete. So we're going to now go over to the right side, to the left side, pardon me, the left side, which is the female side. So that would be this side. There you go. And again, this side is all about relationship with mother, or the matriarchy. Once again, I'm going to just come from outside of the page towards the solar plexus. I'm going to just stop where I can feel our collective auric field. Again. So on the right hand side, or on the left side of the feminine, the relationship is powerlessness, and it's that sensation of being taken advantage of. Oh, now there we go. That made sense to some of us. Again, we have an adrenal gland on this side of the body, so we want to be able to acknowledge that we can reset the adrenal. We can allow it to reduce its quick racing pulse from fight or flight. We can settle down the adrenal gland. would be a hockey puck rolling away. So this is all about regret. And this is sometimes the inability to manage other people's energy, um, or their experiences, um, and that it can manifest itself as being unable to digest. And this can come up as heartburn, and it can come up as acid reflux. This is the energy of regret. Please just exhale a big time, please. Oh, that's much smoother. You know, here's the ticket. If there's anything that you have a difficulty with in terms of being able to move through, like for instance, one's anger, and I'm really speaking to myself about this, there is no shame in asking for help. And in fact, it is probably the most gracious way to be able to learn how to receive. Um, when we can receive graciously, then we can give graciously. But if we are only just giving, we are doing neither the person whom we are speaking of giving to any service nor ourselves. So, wow, look at this. And I'm bringing this up because anger is very, very key right now, as is the sense of powerlessness. So it is important to recognize that we have permission to seek help from other people. And I know that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get help with my anger. Because it's just, I know what I'm doing, and it's way too much. I'm eating my anger. And it's called, ice cream. And dark chocolate rice cakes. And cheese. The old cheese. So now, this side of the body, of the solar plexus, is the area where we may feel, is the energetic signature of being taken advantage of. Being taken advantage of. And that is just no fun. I'd like us to now just consider breathing into our solar plexus. Our solar plexus is that wonderful area that is from the belly button, the navel, to underneath the rib cage, and it is like a tube that goes around underneath our ribs to the back and to the front, and it is the place of absolute and supreme human balance. I think I said this last week. If we were to jump up in the air and if someone was to throw a javelin at us and pin us right in our solar plexus, we would hang perfectly balanced. It is the place where we breathe from while we sleep. It's why in the morning our voices are so low. It's because we are breathing with an open throat from our diaphragmatic breathing. And of course everybody knows, well, not everybody knows, all right, let's just say
For your information, our morning breath, our morning voice is much, much closer to our natural speaking voice, or what is referred to in the stage as the optimum pitch. And the optimum pitch is the tone of our voice whereupon we can be heard the furthest. It's lower, it is more wooden sounding. I think of something like dark wood. And it has a warmth about it. As our day continues, and as society and life moves around us and through us, our voices, our tendency is to close down our breathing capacity from our diaphragm and move it up into the top areas of our lungs, our shoulders, our throat, and our nasal, and into our head. And it becomes high pitched. And it becomes a difficult thing to sustain. We wind up with throat problems. We wind up determining that we are shrill, and oftentimes we lose our ability to actually speak because we're not breathing. We're squeezing. When you don't want to be squeezing, we want to be breathing. And so, with that, allow me to just column this area so that we have all of this new energy that has been recalibrated. The recalibration of the left and the right side of the solar plexus, the sides that have been dedicated towards a relationship with our father and feeling anger, or the relationship with the mother and feeling the powerlessness, the extremes that we've been experiencing, that our adrenal glands have been brought through. Let's just allow ourselves to be better now. And I'm going to figure eight this so that our entire bodies are well and truly contained. Thank you very much. And I wish you only good things. And we'll see you next week.